Man, I haven't put one of these out in a month. I apologize for that. I'm trying to get better. I kind of lost my momentum on this, but I'll get back on track. But something's been top of mind for me, and I think this plays into me not recording for a while to a certain extent. Well, let's get into it. So the thing that's been top of mind is I've been having this like nagging feeling that I'm running out of time, and I wonder if that's like just a symptom of getting older. I'm 51. I'm going to be 52 soon. And I have all these goals, and like some of the goals seem like they're kind of far away. And so I'm like, well, if I want to get here by this time, and if that's going to take 10 years, by the time I get there, I'm going to be like 62 years old. And that sounds pretty fucking old, I mean, um but in reality, it kind of isn't, and I'll get into that a little later. But so what happened was a little while back, I woke up in just this crazy panic, and I don't remember if I was having a dream. I don't remember what the dream was, but I woke up in this panic, and it was just like you're running out of time, and it was just this crazy urgency, and I don't even know what I was thinking I was running out of time for. It was just everything in general, everything that I want to do. I'm running out of time to do that. And it kind of fucked with me, and I started thinking about it, and I realized that I'm not doing a lot of the things that I don't know if I could say that or not. Sometimes I feel like I'm not doing all the things I'm supposed to be doing every day. Like I'll do my power list every day, but it's like I'll question it. Like, are those tasks that I got done, are those really critical tasks that I need to do to move myself forward? Am I putting big enough tasks on the list and all this kind of shit that really kind of, I think I'm just kind of torturing myself in my mind. But, part of me doesn't like that feeling of, worried that you're running out of time. And then part of me does like it because I feel like it's what keeps me moving forward. Like you don't have all the time in the world. And, on the flip side, you do have a lot of time. So I'm going to try to tie all this together. But so staying on track with the I'm running out of time kind of thing that goes on in my mind, it's what keeps me from being lazy. And I think like a lot of times I want to be lazy. Like I just want to sit around all day. I don't want to do the shit that I need to do. And, a lot of times it's a struggle to get myself to do the tasks that I need to do, especially the creative tasks like making content, recording these podcasts, writing my newsletter, and all these kind of things. And I think there's a lot to it. I mean, as far as the blocks, it's like, part of me is sort of questioning whether or not this stuff is good and all these kind of things. And, the other side of me is like, just put it out there and it's none of my business, to a certain extent, like how it's received, and how well it does. It's like, you got to just put it out there and let the audience decide whether or not it's valuable. Of course, I'm going to try my best to put out valuable stuff, but I think that idea that I feel like I'm running out of time is what keeps me moving forward and keeps me from being lazy. But at the same time, excess stress is not good for me. So it does mess with my sleep and things like that. So I'm trying to find like a good balance of, how to manage keeping myself moving forward and not stressing out too much. And the other thing, I wrote this in a newsletter I just sent out yesterday. Well, it would have been, yeah, I was sending it out yesterday. Today's Wednesday. You're going to see this on Thursday. So it'll be a couple days ago. What I was talking about in that newsletter is like, lately I've been having trouble sleeping again. And I had a good 6 weeks, 8 weeks or something where I was actually sleeping through the night for the most part. And I was actually waking up pretty rested. And then all of a sudden, I just like shot back into this whole thing where I'm waking up at 3 a.m. I don't know what it is about 3 a.m. And it's very common because I got a lot of replies on the newsletter of people saying that they also wake up at 3 a.m. So there's definitely something to that. And I've kind of, I've heard mixed things about it. Some people say like on the scientific level that that's around the time that like cortisol spikes, excuse me, or something like that. So your body releases like adrenaline and shit and then wakes you up. And that's why your mind is racing. Other people on the more spiritual side, they talk about like 3 a.m. The veil between the physical world and the spiritual world is thinner, and so maybe it's possible that the spiritual world or whatever is trying to tell you something. I don't know what I believe. What I do believe though, and what I put in the newsletter was that I feel like it's my subconscious mind trying to tell me something, and it's trying to tell me like that I'm slipping up in some areas. So if I objectively look at, though the days leading up to this night, have I been eating the way that I feel like I should be eating? Have I been exercising enough? Have I been getting my tasks done? Am I spending too much time on the phone and shit like that? And the big span of time, the couple of months or 6 weeks or whatever, where I was sleeping good, I was really doing good with all that stuff. I was eating real good, and I was exercising every day with some intensity. I was hitting the power list and doing all my rebuild tasks and all that stuff. And so, and then if I objectively look at when I started waking up early at 3 a.m. and stressing out about all, and the things that I stress out about, I couldn't even tell you what they are. They're just random. Like I worry about my dog. I worry about all these kind of different things. And, I worry about the business and stuff like that. But overall, I think it's my subconscious telling me like, look, you're doing good, but you got to do better. And so I'm trying to use it as sort of a, I don't know, a barometer. Is that the word? Just sort of an indicator of whether or not I feel like I'm doing what I need to do. So I've been getting back on track. Like I'm still exercising, I'm still eating pretty good, and I'm doing all these things. I'm doing my power list, but like, I honestly don't feel like, I feel like I'm leaving a lot on the table. And so I'm kind of getting it together. But along the lines of like running out of time, there was a big gap between these two things. So I woke up that one morning. This was a little while back, maybe a couple of months ago that this happened. And I started writing about it in my little writing program. And I was going to send it out, and I never sent it out because I felt like it was kind of like a little more too doom and gloom kind of like sounding. And I was going to get back to it, and I just forgot about it. And this morning I was looking through my stuff because I wanted to record a podcast. So a lot of times I look at things that I wrote and I see like, oh, maybe I could talk about this. And that was in there. And I was like, oh, you know what? Like maybe I could start thinking about it. And I started thinking about it. And I just saw a video yesterday and it popped up on my feed. And it was this old dude, like legit old. Like I know I consider myself an old dude at 50, but this dude was like, you would see him as an elderly man, and he was just getting after it on a heavy bag. Dude, he had like the fucking cleanest strikes, for anybody, he was just going for it. And, he was hitting the bag hard and like with real skill. And I was like, holy shit, look at this fucking guy, this day and age, you're like, I don't know, is that AI? Is that real? Turns out it's a real dude. He was a boxer, and then he was a boxing coach. I should have checked to see what his name was because I'm talking about him. But either way, the caption said something along, I'll paraphrase because I don't remember exactly what it said, but it said, had I stopped training at 50, I would have missed out on 30 years of good health and all these kind of things. And the dude's 80 years old, or he's 79. He's about to be 80. And, that kind of hit me because I was just like, I'm around the age that he said, like if I had stopped training. And, think about it. Like a lot of people stop training before 50, a lot of people think like, oh, I'm 50. I'm not going to, or even in their 40s, I don't even know. I don't know what the common thing is, but it just seemed crazy to me because I went over to his page and I started looking at more of his stuff, and the guy is really active. Like, there's videos of him doing jump rope, and even that, like, if you didn't see his face, like it would look like, like an average adult doing jump rope, like the boxing kind of jump rope that's real smooth and really skilled, you know? And so that really put things in perspective. It's like panicking that I'm running out of time at 50, early 50s, 51. And here's this guy, he's like got these crazy crispy strikes, you know, and he's hitting the heavy bag like a young man at 80 years old. I'm like, what the fuck is my excuse, you know? That's 30 years. Like, there's people on my team that aren't even 30 yet, you know, and that dude had a whole nother 30 years after 50 and he's still going. Like, who knows how long he's going to be going, you know? And then I started thinking about that dude, Charlie Munger. He died now, but he was Warren Buffett's partner or something at Berkshire Hathaway. And I don't know why I was thinking about him. And I looked him up. I'm like, is that guy even still alive? And I looked at his Wikipedia. The dude died at 99 years old. And as far as I could tell on the Wikipedia, I don't know if like he really was or not, but he was still a high level person in his company at 99 years old. That's almost a fucking 100 years. I mean, if you're eating healthy and you're treating yourself right, like, who knows how much time you have? Like, I mean, obviously, I don't know. Like, I could die right now, you know, or walk outside and have a truck hit me or something. You never know any of that kind of stuff. But like, this whole idea that like you're over the hill at a certain age, like, there's a lot of people out there that are proving that theory wrong. Charlie Munger is one of them, and this old dude that's fucking getting after it on the heavy bag at 80 years old. And he wasn't, I don't know. I can't even stress enough. Like, he was hitting the bag hard. And I was thinking like, this dude's been hitting the bag. I don't know. He probably started when he was a teenager. So he's been hitting the bag for decades, and like his joints aren't fucked up. And you know what I mean? Like, he's still keeping it together. So we probably have a lot more time than we want to think about, or not that we want to think about, than maybe that we do think we have. So that kind of made me feel better. But then there's a problem with that. And it's like, if you think like, oh, I got time, there's a tendency for a lot of people, and myself included, to be like, okay, I'll get to that later because I have time. And that's not good either, because there's something good about having the urgency, you know, that fire that like, maybe I am running out of time and I have all this shit that I need to accomplish, and I need to fucking get my shit together, and I need to handle the things that I need to handle. So, you know, it's an interesting thing to think about, that, you know, you could last a long time and you could get a lot done. And if I'm thinking about myself and comparing myself to Charlie Munger or this other boxer dude, you know, I have 30 more years until I'm 80, and who knows if that's even going to be the end. Like this dude that's boxing, like, he looks like he's got a couple decades left in him if he keeps doing that shit. If you think about 80-year-old people, there's people that are like in wheelchairs or in you know, they need a walker to get around, and this dude's out there jogging and hitting the heavy bag and doing jump rope and stuff. So if you take care of yourself, you probably have a lot of time. So I thought I had some other shit, but I don't know. I think that's probably the lesson. But I guess to tie it all up, or, you know, wrap it all up, whatever, is, you know, it's good to have the urgency. It's also good to know, or to try to, I don't know. Let's see. How do I say this? Like, the urgency is good, but also it's good to know, like, you have time. Like, if I'm in my 50s, supposedly that's when some people say that the 50s is like the best time for, you know, when you're in your business stuff. You have a lot of knowledge. That's when a lot of things tend to come together. Obviously, we see all these like young entrepreneurs, and a lot of people that I look up to. Well, not a lot. I don't look up to a lot of people, but some of the people that I follow are younger than me, and they're way more successful than me. And I find that frustrating sometimes. But at the same time, you know, what could I get done in 30 more years? You know, I had a guy at my company. We were talking about, you know, what's going to happen with Machine when you're done. And he's like, yeah, it's going to be like 15 years. And I'm like, 15 years. And he's like, yeah, you know, you'll be 65. Like, that's when people retire. I'm like, dude, I'm not fucking retiring, man. My retirement is going to be when I'm dead. Like, that's when I'm going to retire. That's my plan. I'm going to keep going until it's over, you know? And hopefully that's when I'm 100 and I'm still hitting the heavy bag like this old dude. But so anyway, I don't know. I hope that's helpful. I hope it made sense. You may have more time than you think, but you know, stay urgent and stay aggressive. You know, there's that aggressive patience that Andy talks about. Like, you got to be aggressive at all times, trying to push yourself to accomplish the things you're trying to accomplish. But at the same time, you have to have some patience and know that it's going to take some time. So hopefully you found some value in that. If you did, would appreciate if you shared it, and I will do better at recording these more often. So I will see you soon. Thank you, guys. All right.
Appreciate each and every one of you guys who are supporting the cause and continue to spread the love. And yeah, stay up.